not the, for example, why they are not the doctors who are becoming the primary level of treatment for the public, for general public. So I researched this throughout and also went to the government that okay, when people say homeopathy is safe, that's great, everybody accept. Then people say homeopathy is great, gives good results, everybody accept. When you talk to all the doctors, and every doctor will have three kinds of cases. Some are responding fantastic, some are okay, average response, but they come again and again and again. And then some are there where actually there is actually no response, and people just take treatment for few days and then leave, go to another homeopath, then again take treatment for few days, and then finally go to allopathy. So I researched all these things, why this is happening. And when I was thinking about the state of homeopath, who is actually facing three kind of patient, so I came to know actually we are in the same state where Dr. Hahnemann was. So Dr. Hahnemann also basically started homeopathy for the cases who were not responding. He also had three kind of cases. Some were responding, okay, fine, and some were coming again and again, not responding at all. So then homeopathy was created. I won't go into the deep history of why and how homeopathy was created. But homeopathy was created for non-responding cases or for incurable cases. So my mind was constantly on how homeopathy can actually cure or reverse the incurable cases. Then I went after the study in BHMS, then I went for PG, I went for my thesis, and then I also joined lectureship in organ of medicine. So now this is the story of evolution of what we do and what will be beneficial for you. So in this process of evolution, I came to know there is something which is stopping some cases to progress. For example, uh, there is a case of diabetes which responds nicely, but there are cases of diabetes which are not responding nicely. And then there are so many cases where actually there was no clue, no response, no result, complications were there, and then patients were sent to allopathy by themselves, or I used to refer. I thought, why this is happening? Suddenly my attention was taken to an aphorism which unfortunately is usually not answered, not thought about, not applied. This is a very simple aphorism, aphorism number 5. So in aphorism number 5, Dr. Hahnemann says, okay, can anybody answer what is given in aphorism number 5? Let me see. Let me see if somebody answers. Because organon is unfortunately the most neglected subject. Because everybody is studying about the medicines, everybody is studying about the rubric, symptomatology. So let me see. Let me see. Oh my God. Now this is the problem why I always address any homeopathic seminar from organon point of view. So why is it important? See, homeopathy is not, let me repeat again, let me emphasize again. Homeopathy is not materia medica. Homeopathy is not prescribing medicine. Or I will say, homeopathy is not just prescribing medicine or just prescribing material, just using the materia medica. Dr. Hahnemann wrote all the intricacies of homeopathy or all the secrets of homeopathy in Organon of Medicine. So homeopathy is a science and an art. It is not just matching the similarity. There are so many factors to homeopathy, and probably this is the reason why we all as homeopaths know materia medica so well, give medicine so well, practice so well, but unfortunately homeopathy is not getting the attention or the respect which we deserve. Coming back to the aphorism number 5, there is something called as exciting cause and maintaining cause. Now when we talk about exciting and maintaining cause, we see almost everybody prescribing medicine, but exciting and maintaining cause are usually unattended. So let me see whether all the audience are awake or slept already. So let me check it out. So I want just a simple answer. Do you really believe, do you really agree that usually, I am talking of 80 to 90% of times, not just minor cases, usually organon is the most neglected subject. If you please agree, honestly, write yes.
Yes.
And see, everybody will agree. Mathematica, everybody's favorite. And then repertory, we go on repertory and search for the medicine. I got one answer for no, great, super. So I have been, I have,
I am reading every day two aphorisms. One is in the morning and one is in the night since so many years.
superb, 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 superb. Sir, so what is given as first no 5, sir? Please, please, please. Let us have a discussion because it shouldn't be monotonous. Okay, probably we have lost the voice. So, okay, now when we talk about the prescribing in homeopathy, usually symptom similarity is what everybody matches. Everybody matches. And we are all pretty good at it. But what I saw is that this is not enough. If this would have been enough, then what is the necessary of organon and so many aphorisms? Now, Dr. Kurup sir said that actually he is reading all the aphorisms one by one, one by one, one by one. So then everybody will understand organon is the secret notebook of homeopathy. Unfortunately, most colleges and most practitioners rarely read organon as Dr. Kurup sir is reading. So when I went into details and I was lecturer for 10 years in organoid medicine and philosophy, so I found that missing link which is actually causing the results not to happen. See, if all the homeopaths would have got all the success, probably homeopathy would have at some other level. So why it is not at level? Because we are not following Dr. Hahnemann's instructions. So Dr. Hahnemann says every intelligent physician will first remove this. Footnote to aphorism number 5. Aphorism number 5 talks about exciting cause and maintaining cause. Now this is a big problem. What is the exciting cause? What is the fundamental cause? Dr. Hahnemann has given some examples, but today's era, exciting causes have changed, maintaining causes have changed, and now this is obstructing the cure. Because I trust everybody among you, you are experts. You know how to select medicines. You know how to match medicines. You know how to match medicine similarity. Definitely. But what about exciting cause and maintaining cause? Dr. Deepmala responded. Thank you, Dr. Deepmala. Exciting and fundamental cause, and obviously the maintaining cause. So nowadays we see that patients come, we take the case, acute case and the chronic case, and then we prescribe the medicine, hardly paying attention to anything as exciting and maintaining cause. So I have done a lot of research on these exciting causes and maintaining causes, and we have created some programs where we actually reverse this. Now this makes us a favorite center for all the homeopaths to refer the third kind of patients to us. Third kind means which are not responding in any way and which are going to go to some kind of allopathy super specialist. So I am talking about the cases like cancers, kidney failures, liver failures, autoimmune diseases, motor neuron diseases, and then Parkinson's, all kind of diseases which do not respond usually to homeopathy. I am not talking of any of the cases like pimples, rheumatism, asthma, allergies, acidities, gastrointestinal problems. I am not talking of the cases where usually we can say tier 1 and tier 2 cases. So I am talking of critical, incurable, impossible looking and hopeless cases. So why they become incurable, why they become hopeless. Now what I am going to share is actually going to blow your mind. So we have created something called as a 5 days program. See, we research what are the exciting causes and maintaining causes, and the most important maintaining cause of disease today is that our brain and mind is getting programmed wrongly. Daily the wrong programs are being given to us from TV, from media, from all kind of stuff, from newspapers, and the most important Google. People Google daily and get their dose of negativity. So see, somebody in contact with negative person, negative atmosphere will usually not respond to medicines. Now you will say, sir, medicine is a similarium, constitutional similarium, and we have given the right medicine. See, acute disease no not a big problem because they will respond because acute disease have come to end anyways. But when it comes to chronic disease, the exciting and maintaining causes become more important, and obviously coupled with fundamental cause, it actually complicates the disease. So now see, people are surrounded by negative people, negative media, and all kind of negativities, and Google actually trains your brain against homeopathy first of all, and then against that, okay, this cannot be cured. In fact, many of the patients come to us with the idea that diseases cannot be cured. So now they are coming to us with the idea that disease cannot be cured, and then Google maintains that idea, maintains that thought, maintains that belief system. Now I went into the laws of universe and research, and I found that when you hold something in your mind very strongly, that will actually happen. Now see here the conflict is happening. I have prescribed the medicine, it is similimum, and this similimum need a right kind of atmosphere in the person to respond. For example, if we give similimum and person is taking coffee, which is an antidote, just consider that medicine and coffee do not go along. So if somebody is taking coffee daily and somebody is taking similimum, results will not happen. Similarly, if somebody is taking medicine, proper medicine, the similimum, and he is taking camphor in any ways, they do not respond. So now understanding this is easy. But when I talk about mental maintaining causes, then people become skeptical. So I also studied that somebody, for example, a patient of migraine, having daily quarrels at home, is less likely to respond. Or for example, if a patient having high blood pressure, having a daily disputes at home, or maybe having some disputes about the property disputes and all, probably it is less likely to respond. I hope you are getting this. This is very important. So do you agree with me? If you are agreeing that if there are maintaining causes at home, your medicine, your well selected medicines may fail or may not respond. So we researched on these topics, and then we also found it in the psycho neuro immunology. There is a subject called as psycho neuro immunology. I'm see this can be bit complicated, but please understand the physical maintaining causes are not so important, but mental maintaining exciting causes are more important. So then this was a real case actually I'm talking about. I gave the medicine and it was a case of migraine and patient was not responding. I was wondering, I reassessed the case again and again and again. Yeah, Dr. Pooja, that is an amazing question, but I will come to it. So I changed the medicine again and again, I increased the potency, I did everything possible, but I was coming to the same symptom, response was zero. So one day I decided to talk to that patient. She was a girl. So she came to me and I counseled her. So it took a long time actually. And that was the biggest problem in doing this. So I counseled her and then she understood, okay, this is going to happen and I have to neglect this. So when she started neglecting these quarrels at home, the similimum started to respond better. Now I will tell you another case. Again, a similar case of a lady, and she just had divorce, and after the divorce, she had obviously it was a mental trauma, and then she got cancer. Now, do you really believe that mind and cancer are unrelated? Obviously, in homeopathy, we believe it is not. It is so much linked. In fact, what Dr. Verma was talking about was again of a mind-body union. Mind-body both are need to be taken into consideration. Now this lady had divorced, and out of frustration, she was actually living with her mother, and at her mother, her bhabi, her brother and brother's wife, actually used to torture her a lot. Now she is having cancer and being tortured at home. What do you think your similarium will do? Maybe you have given the world's best medicine. It won't help because her mental status is in torture, she is in turmoil, she is worried, she is frustrated, she is in grief, she is in mental trauma. How can your medicine help? So then I sent her to a psychologist and she tried to counsel and she could do nothing. Then again I called her. Now I had two options, either to just go for a palliative medicine for her mind to see that she gets relaxed, something like ignition or something, or to pursue with the treatment of cancer. So again, I was already always interested in psychology. I did a lot of techniques like neuro linguistic programming, hypnosis, psyche method, counseling, CBT, REBT, all kind of techniques I was well versed with. So I started doing some psychological techniques which actually relaxed her and took her out of that state. And then magically medicine started responding. So guys, what I'm trying to tell, what even Dr. Pooja asked, Dr. Pooja Kushwaha, okay, how we remove patient family issues which are maintaining causes. And see, homeopathy believes that in fact, most of the diseases starts from the mind. And mind is influenced by near and dear ones usually. It is very less likely that maybe somebody external, you don't know, he said something and you got hurt. So till these hurts and mind and heart issues are taken care of, many of the times medicines will not respond. I am talking especially of those diseases which are not responding. So now I started doing this quite often. I started working on the mind. I started going more into what can be the maintaining cause. For example, aphorism number 77. Aphorism number 77 says inappropriately termed chronic diseases. Now, if you say these are inappropriately termed chronic diseases, Dr. Hahnemann himself said that medicine may not help in such cases. These are plenty of cases. These cases have happened because of some exciting and maintaining causes. Now, how many of you are aware about aphorism number 77 saying inappropriately termed chronic disease? If you are aware, I will move fast. If you are not, I can talk some details about it. Because Dr. Hahnemann himself said giving medicine every time is not intelligent work by homeopathy. Dr. C, okay. So not okay. Let me go back what Dr. Hahnemann said. See, I prescribe complete Hahnemannian, and I have created everything what Dr. Hahnemann said. So let me talk about how should we start a treatment. When it comes to chronic disease, there are three kind of diseases. The first and foremost disease which we know and believe and everybody treats, it is a natural chronic disease. Like we believe the diseases are because of psoriasis, simplex, psychosis, or the combination of all these three. And when we give medicine, usually we give medicine on the basis of miasms as well as the symptom totality. And this prescribing can definitely help in cases of natural chronic disease. But my dear friends, there is bad news or a sad news. Most of the diseases are not of such kind. They are not the natural chronic diseases. So whenever you fail in any cases, please understand your medicine is not wrong. You have done your best. You have selected the right medicine. Only thing is that the instructions of Dr. Hahnemann have not been followed well. So when Dr. Hahnemann wrote, there are three kind of chronic diseases, three major kind of chronic diseases. The first kind was not natural chronic disease. The first kind was a complex, the artificial chronic disease. At that time, 250 years back, Dr. Hahnemann said these artificial chronic diseases are most common. Just imagine, 250 years back, it was said these artificial chronic diseases are most common. And now, after 250 years, when medicine have advanced, so many medicines, so many steroids, so many chemotherapies happening, what do you think? These artificial chronic diseases have increased or decreased? What do you think? Can somebody reply? So 250 years back, Dr. Hahnemann said they are the most diseases are
increased, doctor. It is
increased by maybe 1,000 times, right?
Yes.
And then Dr. Hahnemann himself said 250 years back that artificial chronic diseases or the complex diseases are the most difficult ones, and only medicine will not help. And still most of the homeopaths are giving only medicine. Dr. Hahnemann clearly wrote only medicine will not help, and we are giving medicine. So nowadays we see patients who are taken all kind of medicines, all kind of good or bad medicines, and beneficial and shit kind of medicines, and then no response, and then they come to us and we give our medicines, and unfortunately See, homeopathy has been created to solve all the problems, but we are unable to, because among the major problems are artificial chronic diseases, artificial chronic complex diseases. And Dr. Hahnemann said this cannot be just treated by medicine, because you are prescribing medicine on symptomatic basis and these medicines are on miasmatic basis. How can they help remove the artificial chronic disease? No. Dr. Hahnemann have given different instructions to manage artificial chronic diseases, and therefore we have created some different programs to manage these majority of artificial chronic diseases. So now we have discussed about two kind of chronic diseases: natural chronic disease and next is artificial chronic disease. But then the most important, the most dangerous and the most common one nowadays is pseudo natural chronic disease. Pseudo natural chronic disease or inappropriately termed chronic disease. Now this is another variety of chronic disease where medicine will not help. Definitely not help. Let me give some example. So people say, see, I see a lot of patient, and I'm seeing patient globally now. And at our centers, we get patient from all kind of homeopaths as well as allopaths, and we are getting patient from globally as well. Australia, Mauritius, London, obviously all parts of India as well. So why we get these patients? Because we only ask for referral of those patients who are not responding, and people are happily, okay, I'm not getting response in this case, anyway I'm going to lose this case. Why lose? Better, okay, let me refer it to Dr. Ravi Vairagade and see if something happens. And we ask them to send patients to us only for 5 days. Now see, now there is a magic going to happen here, huh? We ask people to send patient only for 5 days. Why for 5 days? Because we believe, for example, the patient comes from Kurupsar. I know he has prescribed the right medicine. He's so much experienced than me. I look to him as a mentor. I look to him as a guide to so many people. I probably cannot prescribe better than Dr. Sridhar Kurup sir. And if somebody, for example, Sani sir sends some patient, do you really think I can prescribe better than Sani sir? I don't want to believe. I don't believe it too. So Sani sir has done his best, and everybody here, for example, Dr. Anjani sends some patient. So if I try to prescribe on Anjani's patient, so does it mean that I want to prove myself better than Dr. Anjani's? Yeah, I may have some different kind of medicine selection, but I prefer to believe that the homeopath who is managing the case is efficient enough, because homeopaths are those doctors who continue to study and study and study and improvise themselves all the time. So then I have created a program, a 5 days program, where we worked only on removal of exciting causes and maintaining causes. And trust me guys, it is very difficult part, because people are actually excited and maintained by all kind of negative stuff around. Dr. Deepmala, not artificial chronic. Dr. Deepmala has said, right, written a very interesting sentence. She says, artificial chronic diseases are the main reason for lifestyle of current status. No. I'm sorry to differ, but Dr. Deepmala, you are going to enjoy what I'm saying right now. So we prescribe only thinking in mind that we are facing the natural chronic disease. My dear friends, let me tell you, if you allow me to analyze, out of 100 cases, only 20% cases can be said to be because of natural chronic disease or because of miasms. The rest all are complex of artificial chronic disease, and the something next is I am holding it. You must be seeing I am holding something. I am holding the third one, because this is jackpot. If you understand these ones, your results will suddenly improve. Going back to Dr. Hahnemann, I will quote Dr. Hahnemann again and again and again. Fortunately, I was lecturing Organon, and that gave me plenty of opportunity to study Organon in its minute details. And my every day and every minute of practice is based on Organon. I am probably not as expert in Mathematica as you all are, and I am not the Mathematica expert. I am not a repertory expert. Obviously, I know something of it, but then regarding Organon, organon? Definitely. I say I have done the best kind of a study in organon. So now, not I'm not holding more. So three kind of diseases. One is the artificial chronic disease or artificial complex disease. You prescribe, most of the time you will fail. Then there is a natural chronic disease. Only 20% of all the diseases you prescribe good select medicine, well selected medicine, and you will succeed. There is a third variety of disease which Dr. Henneman called pseudo-natural chronic disease or inappropriately called chronic disease, and Dr. Henneman says this happens due to bad lifestyle, vitamin deficiencies, the poor diet and regimen. So this is actually created by the person himself. It is not created by miasm. It is not created by side effect of medicine, as in first and second cases. It is created by person himself by staying awake for Netflix till 3 a.m. Maybe the wrong lifestyle, the disturbed circadian rhythm, the poor diet, maybe the poor habitat, maybe living in damp basements and cellars. We have medicines. The patients living in damp basements and cellars, you give the medicine, response again comes back. So now these kind of these are the pseudo natural things. These are the diet and regimen things. If you don't correct these things, do whatever. Because Dr. Hahnemann himself said that you cannot cure these medicines with medicine. Sorry, you cannot cure these diseases with medicine. Dr. Hahnemann himself said that. He said you have to correct this diet regimen. You have to correct the mental patterns. You have to correct all these thinkings and beliefs and whatever. Whatever is maintaining this disease. For example, let me give you a very simple example. Suppose there is a patient holding a lot of hatred, and on the basis of totality you have selected maybe natramure. Hatred, natramure, you have selected. You are giving that medicine in the right proportion. Ideally speaking, this hatred and the response to this hatred and the disease of the patient should both respond to the well selected remedy natramure. But when you actually inquire, he basically hates, for example, his brother. Now he hates his brother. Brother is in front of him daily. They have quarrel within every 2 or 3 days and 4 days. Do you really think natramure will help long? Maybe it will help. For example, let us take a case of simplest case of again migraine. Although I am not treating migraine cases more, we are treating to kidney failures and cancers. I am coming to those cases as well. But I am just taking a simple case because it will help you understand better. So now I am giving natramure. Person holds hatred and grudges, and the brother is there quarreling daily and igniting the hatred daily. What do you think will happen exactly? And consider your simulum is perfect. What will happen? Come on, somebody answer. What will happen?
That nowadays that I am giving CBT and NLP and etc. along with that counseling also along with that.
Oh my God.
Today I got a case, a suicidal tendency. Her son died one month back.
Sir, I am not able to see you. I am not. Who is that?
Yeah, as I am Dr. Kurupi.
Hi, Kuru sir. Yeah. Oh, it's so amazing coming from you.
I got a case. Last 6-7 years, I treated more than 350 cases without a single case is not paid suicidal case. That I am working along with that one consultancy, that one Sanjeevani. They are referring. Today also I got one morning, early morning.
Superb.
I made them to her to in behalf of to the God. I promised her I will not. I am sure she will not die. Not given any medicine. And also I prescribed natramure along with the Ignatia in acute condition. But she will not get cure because she is having so many other problems.
Exactly.
Case is not taken properly. So nowadays, so many homeopaths also doing to the that also
Integration.
integration. So many doctors are doing.
Yes. And that should be done more and more. That's what I am actually trying to emphasize. Because just giving medicine may not help. You are efficient, you are good prescriber, you are great at prescribing. But if you are not great at removing this exciting and maintaining cause, it may become really difficult. I am so glad that Kurup sir shared this, because this is so important nowadays. Because we cannot grow without actually integrating all these things. So I was talking about the pseudo natural chronic disease where medicine probably is not even needed. Just imagine another simple case, maybe a case of anemia, a well selected medicine. For example, I selected the medicine and also the patient went to Kurup sir, and so I gave the medicine and that medicine is not responding. And then patient went to Kurup sir and he says, okay, see, I am giving the best possible medicine, but the person's diet doesn't have any kind of iron stores or iron supplements. So patient's diet is very poor. So whatever medicine you will give, anemia will not improve. Forget medicine. If you stop with the medicine, give the placebo and just improve the diet, and you will see the response, hemoglobin rising. So now we are talking about the simple cases. Now again let me go to the more complicated ones. So what we do is basically a complete mind, body and genetic reprogramming wherever needed. So I am talking about the case of muscular dystrophy or DMD. So in case of DMD is basically a genetic and autoimmune disease. I will try to keep it as simple as possible. So DMD is a genetic and autoimmune disease where the lifespan of the patient is basically around 20 to 25 years usually. So in such cases, if you just give medicines, usually people respond. I see so many cases responding, but then they again come back. Now why they come back? Because everybody around them is constantly honking them with, okay, this cannot be cured, this cannot be cured, this cannot be cured. One. Second, many of the times they take allopathic medicines which are usually steroids. So now you see, you are not getting a natural disease to deal with. You are getting a complex disease to deal. So in such cases, if you just give medicine, it may not help again. So you have to see what are the factors which are complicating the disease. And once you know the factors complicating the disease, take care of those factors. And then see your medicine, your well selected medicine with a lot of efforts actually starts working. Now I am again giving you the live example of a kidney failure patient. This kidney failure patient was actually in a fourth stage of kidney failure. Creatinine was 12 and urea was 156. I gave the medicine. At this stage, okay, constitutional stimulant cannot be given, so I was giving acute medicines. But then patient was not responding. Then I checked the whole of the drug list. So in the drug list, there was given steroids. The steroids were regularly given. So omniacordyl was a drug which was being given. Now a patient of kidney failure and having taken omniacordyl, how really do you think it will respond? So now then I asked him why omniacordyl was given. So he said that doctor said that probably your kidney failure is because of glomerulonephritis, autoimmune glomerulonephritis, and therefore we are giving this steroid. So then we had some discussion, and then that kidney specialist agreed to stop steroid for few days. So steroid was stopped, and then medicine started responding. So along with this, we have a 5 days program. So I asked patient to come in a 5-day program. Now this 5-day program, as Dr. Kurup sir said, we have a complete system where we work on mind, we change the beliefs, we completely transform his thinking process, and we erase bad memories. Let me repeat this once again. We erase bad memories because see, we are the product of our past. Whatever happened, maybe it is a breakup in the past, or quarrels in the past, or mental tortures in the past, or whatever in the past, actually they are the reason for the illness. So we erase all these memories. So we do a lot of work on mind, and then we have also created some kind of therapies. These are called as epigenetic therapies. So when it comes to disease reversal, so 3 things will help. So one is working on mind, which Dr. Kurup sir already said. Second is epigenetic therapies, where we try to influence the genes without actually changing the genes. It is a very deep subject, probably I won't be able to take into detail right now, but I am telling you what should be done. So one is working on mind, another is working on genetics, working on genes or genetic expression with the help of epigenetic tools and techniques. Third is actually we have created some therapies called as neuro cellular engineering. Now, so now we have created this, and in a 5-day program, we work at all the deficiencies kind of a thing, and we give a detox kind of a healthy diet and a balanced diet. Now see, here we are taking care of all the exciting causes, all the maintaining causes, and Dr. Hema has asked nice question. Let me go to the question again. I will answer immediately here. How can we remove patient's family issues which are maintaining cause? A great question. See, we cannot change the family. We cannot change the family issues. In fact, if somebody has a problem from wife, we cannot change the wife. Or obviously husband. So we cannot change the husband. What we can do is, we can actually rewire his brain and completely change his thinking. Now, once his thinking is changed, once his belief system, once his thought process, once his response, once his sensitivities, once his tendency to get hurt is changed, then everything will be same in the family. He won't be affected. Now there starts the magic. So whenever somebody sends the patients to us, so we don't ask the doctor that what medicine you have given or what stimulant you have given. If they want to share, they share with us, and if they don't want to share, that's okay. But when we do all these things, for example, we are into just imagine we are into servicing of the car. So when we do all the servicing of the human being with respect to mind and memories and belief system and thinking process and detox diet and everything, after this 5 days program, they suddenly start seeing, oh sir, our medicines are responding and we are getting amazing results now. So such is the kind of work we are doing in exciting and maintaining cause and genetic and epigenetic disease reversal programs. Another interesting thing which we have started of late, very recently, is, is organ healing. Now see, what is happening, we are just thinking now about mind and mental maintaining factors. How about the pesticides we are consuming daily? Just think about them. We are consuming pesticides and chemicals in vegetables and fruits and probably processed fruits and then pizzas and everything kind of thing. When I talk about patient, okay, they are having all these things put together. We give medicine, and it's not responding. So we have started working on diet as well. We have in-house dietitian, as well as in a 5 days program, we prepare a special detox diet for them, so that 5 days they take a detox diet, and within these 5 days, all kind of toxins, the previously accumulated toxins are flushed out. Now see, these toxins which were getting consumed daily, now patient is on completely unique different kind of a diet, and now his body is getting actually replenished with the nutrients and the natural organic kind of things. So all the toxins are getting flushed out, all the toxic effects are getting flushed out, and now his cells actually ready to respond. His cells are actually ready to respond, and then now the medicine is going to do wonders. So see guys, prescribing is one aspect, not complete homeopathy. Along with prescribing, we need to take care of these exciting causes and maintaining causes, and along with materia medica, we need to take care of organon, because Dr. Hahnemann have written organon as the instrument of homeopathy, as the rules book of homeopathy, and if we just miss organon, probably we are going to miss the bus. So, and if I will be very glad if I can take some session on how do we actually do a 5 day program. So we can definitely take this session if time permits. So in any case, if there are some questions, we can open.
Okay, I think everyone will have some questions.
Yeah, it's completely different topic, so I believe that there will be questions.
Participants, please raise your hands and ask me some. First of all, Dr. Sridhar Guru first right hand. Sir, you can.
Yes, I can. Dr. Ravi, it was a wonderful section. Excellent. I agree with that, all your points. That I am also doing the same.
Superb, sir. I mean, she's so happy.
recently I got a case that one lady was struggling with the husband every day. He was a bank manager, a training company. He was going every week, 2 or 3 days to alternate weeks. He was going to coaching for training. That this lady started suspecting him that he is having another affection there and so.
Yeah.
But when I took to the case, then I understood that I asked him to take care also for few times. When he took her to that place and then she realized 2-3 times he is not having any other relation, he is going for that the training only. Then she told you can go.
Okay.
The problem was solved. Like that, there are so